I feel like in the 80s there was so many Star Wars games.
Yeah.
And then in the 90s there was so many Star Wars games. That's like all those Dark Forces games I listed off. And then you have all these like Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, Episode 1, Episode 2.
I feel terrible that I'm never going to go back and play all these games. Like, there's so many Star Wars games, and I've missed them.
Not all of them are worth it. Have you played the Lego Star Wars?
I've like fucked around with it.
They're pretty excellent. Yeah, they're pretty excellent.
That's it. But all the Lego games are pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like those are the ones like if like you end up like having a kid, it's like now I'll go back to this.
Right.
And, like show him that. But we had so many games in the 80s, so many games in the 90s, and some of my favorite games: Battlefront 1, Battlefront 2, not to be confused with Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. Those original Battlefront games were awesome. I'm not going to bash the new Battlefronts because I played the shit out of them. Yeah. But those original ones I played a lot of.
Well, that's actually when Knights of the Old Republic was when I was like, that was the first Star Wars game that I went in on. But the first Star Wars game that I would really...
went in on.
Yeah, that I like played online with people. I remember, so I got lucky. We were kids, we didn't have a ton of money. I took my Knights of the Old Republic game to go trade in to pre-order Battlefront. And at EB Games, they had this promotion that if you traded in a Star Wars game to reserve this new Star Wars game, they fucking practically gave it to you free. I think I paid like $20 for a brand new game because I gave in Knights of the Old Republic.
They made that deal knowing full well that the game coming back would be Knights of the Old Republic. And that a lot of people still wanted to get Knights of the Old Republic. Right. So they wanted these secondhand copies of them.
Well, they outthought me because I had gotten that game in trade. I was, and you know me with these long, difficult-ass games. I eventually plateau. I get to a spot where I'm either frustrated or stuck, and I'm like, all right, new game. So I traded in for Battlefront 1 the first time. Yeah. At that point, like, after Halo, that was the sickest game I've ever played.
Yeah, we were like, I remember like all of us being droidicas and like initiating ball roll mode at the same time and like rolling like in a line on the headset.
We did a flat line, and I was like, I think I was playing rugby in those days too, and it was like this flat line defense that like got my dick hard. We were like going at it, man.
And then we're there like
with Andrew Caldwell.
With headsets, who's actually already referenced in episode 0 of this podcast.
There you go, Andrew Caldwell, 2 times. What was his gamer tag? Don't tell me.
Blaze Live.
Blaze fucking Live.
I don't know why I told you and told me not to.
Well, because how long can we wait in dead air on the podcast while I try to figure it out?
They don't even know. Maybe that edited out 5 minutes of dead air there.
Well.
Dead hair. We would be those droidicas and like rolling his balls, but it was early days of Xbox Live, so we're like all on the headsets, Mad Blaze, like using like the voice modulators.
The voice mods, yeah.
And then people would...
we must take back the Techno-Union ships.
Yeah, people would come in and be like Pops, like with a little boy voice, and be like, fuck me, daddy, fuck me. It was like Xbox was built up to be very toxic at the beginning. It was like, you could change your voice to be scum.
Right. No, I think... no one was more scummy on the mic than me.
That's true. You were the only person I know that was banned for 24 hours.
24-hour mic ban.
I'm going to take this second right here and just give a little ad read. It's my first time ever doing one of these.
Oh, yeah? Who's sponsoring us?
No one.